What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. We are closing in so fast on 200,000 subscribers. It's absolutely unreal. I normally do this at the end of the video, but if you're new here or you haven't subscribed yet, and by the end of this video you really enjoy it, get down there, click subscribe, shoot this video a thumbs up. You already know we are so close, it's unreal. I can't thank you enough for your support. So as you guys know, in the last video here, we lowered our Hellcat, and it looks so good in the rear, but we lowered the front way too much. Not only can you fine tune your suspension with a coilover suspension, especially this K&W, we can adjust the height of it whenever we want. So what you can see here, this ring right here, this is what you crank on. The tool's in my trunk. I'm gonna get it out in a minute. But going in there, we're gonna try and crank it, adjust it up. I mean, we pretty much gotta get it probably to about where this spring actually is to get this car sitting right. But in the trunk here, we have the toolkit, which includes all this stuff here. You get it hooked in and you crank. You get it hooked in and you crank. And you crank. So honestly, that's completely it. You're gonna sit there and you're gonna crank it all the way, and what that's gonna do is create more preload on that spring, and it'll raise our front end up. It's gonna take a minute to crank on this, but fully adjustable suspension. Well, guys, just as that happened, it just started raining, so obviously just quick intermission. Wait till this passes, we'll get back out there, throw that on. I need a shop, like, soon. Not even a shop, I just need a bigger garage so I can park in and work and get a lift and all that, so that's definitely on the list. I'm tired of dealing with weather, let me tell you that. Alright guys, the rain let up. We're gonna put this tire back on and crank up the other side. I don't think that did enough. It did raise it some, because it used to be like way underneath here. If I turned and did all that, we would be just fine. So while we're at it, I'm gonna jack it back up and crank it a little more, give us more gap, a little more peace of mind while we're in here. So now this is a little more my speed. Definitely lowered. However, you come up in here and we have clearance for days. We are lower, definitely. Look at this. Look at how close this plastic guard is to the ground still down there. Yeah, that's really, really low. Let's take care of the other side. Alright guys, so in total we dropped this car probably about 3/4 to a full inch. Now that's not a crazy amount, however the Hellcat already sits lower than a normal Charger, and I think the Scat Packs too, it sits just a bit lower than all of them. So compared to like a stock Charger, this is probably, same body, is probably about a 2 to 4 inch drop from a stock Charger. But obviously you guys know the Hellcats sit lower, so dropping it an inch is actually quite significant on this. When I was underneath there checking out the suspension and stuff, doing it, I noticed that my CV boot on this side, the driver's side, just like exploded. There's where the CV boot exploded. It's all over the active exhaust piece. It's all over the trunk area here. It's probably on the back side of this exhaust. That's not good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this to the dealer. I'm gonna get in alignment. I'm gonna cross my fingers and hopefully they warranty it out. Just cross my fingers on that one. So guys, with that afternoon weather delay, as you can see, it's an absolutely beautiful sky here in Ohio. The sun's setting. I was gonna wait for the morning to give you guys this news, but guess what? The lift kit is almost here, and we may be able to pull it off, and a lot of you will see it in Daytona. Alright, what's up guys? It's the next day. We're driving in the Tahoe for the first time in forever. Plates are still expired on this, so I'm driving with expired plates. What are the chances? Do in the comments below that I get pulled over between here and the BMV. I'm going to get the plates right now so I can drive this freely. And yeah, well, what I was gonna say is, yesterday I told you that we have a lift kit secured. We do. We've got some parts here today. I'm gonna tell you more about what we're gonna do with that lift kit later. It's gonna be super sketchy, but if all goes as planned, this Tahoe will also be in Daytona with my truck. I'll show you what we're gonna do with the lift kit, because I know I wanted to match the paint for the suspension color, and we're just about gonna do that. So I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do later, and I'll explain more then, but yes, the lift kit should be shipping, should be here this week. It's gonna be Daytona crunch galore, even though this Tahoe is just honestly going for just for fun, get on the beach, you know, vibe with it, lift it and such. But oh, it's been absolutely crazy here. That's right, this is a last minute plan. This is absolutely nuts. Yes, the Ram and the Tahoe will be in Daytona. You'll catch me on the beach in both of them. You'll catch me around town in both of them. You'll catch Katie in one of them, me in another, some other buddy. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a great time. So if you're in Daytona, come out, hang out, say what's up. You see me on the beach, stop by. Let's chill, let's hang out, let's do it all. Both of my vehicles should be there. But you're looking at the Tahoe saying, good golly, Ryan, that ain't lifted. And you know what? You are correct. That's not lifted. But we got two parts here for the lift kit. Oh my gosh, this is a big mess. I pieced this lift kit together. Once I got the news that the McGoy's kit was just not gonna happen, I needed another lift. I needed to make it adjustable, and I needed parts for it. Big problem, nothing's in stock. Full lift kits are not in stock. So let me tell you what I conjured up. I called my buddies in Tulsa, Oklahoma at Integrity Customs. So any of you Oklahoma people, Integrity Customs, you need anything done to your vehicle, check them out. They're good friends of mine. I love them. Super awesome people. They got me a BDS lift on the way here. They're a BDS dealer. I love BDS products, just as you guys know, BDS and Zone, same company, different kind of price points, different lift kits. They got me a 6-inch BDS lift coming for the Tahoe. You want a 6-inch BDS lift? Guess what? There's no struts and no shocks in the kit because they're out of stock. Well, you know what's just absolutely ridiculous here? This is a good story for you. Listen to this. I'm gonna run you down. You're gonna be like, what? But it's part of the game. Once you know what you're doing once, we can make it happen again. Obviously, the McGoy's lift was adjustable from 7 to 9 inches. BDS lift, not adjustable. Guess what? It will be now. The adjustability of the lift is pretty much bringing the front end up from a 7-inch lift, adding some preload, which is pretty much adding a leveling kit to the front end of your vehicle. To correct that upper ball joint nasty angle, we have the Adventure Series Zone Off-Road upper control arms for our Tahoe here. These were in stock. The BDS ones weren't. The BDS struts were not in stock. But guess what were? Over here we have 7-inch, yeah, you heard me right. Well, technically they're 7.5 inches. But, we have 7.5 inch rough country lifted struts here. These things, the N3s, these are gnarly, super high quality. I love how rough country has various like universal suspension products available. A BDS lift, zone upper control arms. Guess what? No shocks were available for the Tahoe either from BDS. So we got Fox shocks for the rear coming that are supposed to be for a that are supposed to be for a 6-inch lift for a Ram 25-3500. The measurements are right, the extended collapse, travel length, all correct. They'll bolt up. Ram Fox shocks, zone off-road upper control arms, a BDS 6-inch lift, 7.5-inch rough country struts. But guess what? That 7.5 inches of lift will not probably get us enough clearance for those 35-1550s on the 22x12s. We have a 1-inch MotoFab leveling kit coming as well. So now we have a whole jumble of parts, left, right, up and down, different vehicles. And to be honest, we put together the perfect lift kit. Best part about it is we're not going to be able to get it powder coated because no one can get me in before then. I'll tell you what we're doing in a second, and you're going to see that today, because we are still going to match it to the paint. Just trust me, and most of the parts won't fit in my oven, so you'll see what we're doing. But pretty much, some of you are going to be like, whoa, rough country, zone, BDS, MotoFab, we got crap from everywhere, and you are correct. Now, the struts that would have came with the BDS lift, to be honest, they're not that special. Those N3 rough country struts, they're premium shocks, super, like, the quality is unreal. You don't have to tear apart your factory ones. They're ready to go. They're loaded struts. Spring on them, bolt up, and go. So that's what's awesome about those. The BDS ones are just pretty much extended factory struts. You got to take your factory one apart, put the spring on the new one, reassemble it, put it on the vehicle. Those N3 rough country struts, awesome ride. Just ready to go. So we're gonna take that 6-inch lift with a 2.5-inch leveling kit. Thank you to our zone upper control arms that'll give us an adequate ball joint angle to do so. So if you thought me trying to locate all those parts, seeing what will work, the fact we're putting on Ram Fox shocks on the Tahoe as well, I did a lot of research, a lot of work to make this lift happen. And to be honest, it's probably one of the best lifts I've ever put together. It's going to be awesome. We can get those kind of iffy quality BDS, like just bare bones struts out of there. Put some high quality N3 loaded struts on from rough country. We'll bump up our front end another inch with the MotoFab leveling kit, even out our ball joint angles with the zone upper control arms, and lift it 6 inches with the BDS lift. It's gonna be nuts, it's gonna be gnarly. Sooner than later, I'm gonna buy some land, build a shop on it, I'm gonna buy an oven, I'm gonna buy it all, it'll be okay. What we're gonna do to get us an even better match than our Illusion Cherry powder coat, we are gonna paint the entire suspension our red tint coat. A lot of people know you can powder coat a suspension, but few know you can paint them too. Automotive paint is expensive. This is gonna be a $500. I spent $500 on paint for this Tahoe lift kit. So it's gonna be interesting. The only thing I'm really kinda iffy about is painting the springs. Paint really doesn't flex much, so as soon as I get it to flex, I feel like we may, end up having it flake off. So I may leave the springs black and paint everything else red. Still give us that red and black accent underneath there. So like I said, in times like this, you gotta do certain things, take certain measures to make things happen, and that's what we did. Lift kit should be here in 2 days. In the next couple videos, once I get all the tracking and stuff and figure out what day it's actually gonna land, we may be ripping that Tahoe apart, getting some of the factory parts painted. So, leads me to what we're doing today. We're gonna paint our upper control arms just to see. Everything should be good. Best part about painting suspension components, you don't really got to worry about masking things off. I'll mask off our anodized red thing here. The boot, not so much, because you know what, it'll flake off whenever it flexes and stuff. Down here, I'll cover up our, the ball joint shaft here, but the rest of it will, exactly what you see. We'll scuff it up, just how you do a normal automotive job. Scuff it up, paint it, clear it, and we're going to do that. So now that I've explained you my hectic month and a half of locating all these parts, getting them down, seeing what we can do and make happen, let's get on to today's work. First things first, we gotta fix the scrape on our Hellcat. Did I even tell you about the Hellcat? I don't even know. Going for an alignment, and hopefully the boot is under warranty on my rear axle. Hopefully that's all done. Called them, they got it set up, should happen to be fixed and done this week. Come back hopefully under warranty. We're gonna fix this scrape underneath here. Like I said, commercial driveways here are super steep, so just coming out of them, in potholes, you literally clip things. Yeah, so it's scraped here and completely under. I'm gonna jack this up. Let's get this painted. Let's get those painted, and let's get LED lights installed in the Tahoe and get all those ugly amber yellow interior lights out. Whew, that was a mouthful. Let's get to painting. So I went through and kind of taped up our front end. I'm gonna show you guys the damage here. We got it jacked up, and look at this beautiful scrape here. This is beyond ugly. So as you guys know from my Alpha Rex headlights, I found on the internet the Auto Paint Depot, and to be honest, this is probably the best thing I've ever found in the history of existence, because let me tell you, you can find any automotive paint code. If it's not on the website, email them, send them a picture. They will find that exact paint code, find that exact formulation, and get it done for you. Some of you are going to be like, whoa, 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 hold the phone. Why aren't you taking the bumper off, sanding it down, bonding it, doing all that? Because probably in 3 to 5 business days, I'm going to scratch it again with the new lowering kit. So, we're going to play this one by ear. Let's get this mixed up in the gun and on the car. So like a quart of paint, 70 bucks, pre-mix, ready to go. Cool, whatever, that's not my point. I'm probably using maybe $5 in paint of that $70 quart. A body shop to do what I'm doing is definitely a couple $100. Look at that. $5 repair compared to a couple $100 just by buying the paint. That is awesome. Didn't need a second coat. I just lightly dusted it just a little bit in some areas, but it was honestly pretty good to go. We'll get to these bad boys in a second, and we'll get the Chevy paint all loaded up. We're gonna have a lot of fun here in the next couple days on this channel. You're gonna see that Tahoe go from 0 to 100 really quick. You're gonna experience a full Daytona crunch and so much more. So sit back, relax, stay tuned. This week's gonna be nuts, y'all. The bumper's all done, it's lowered down. We got, you know, the tape line. We're gonna wet sand, polish that out when that hardens and dries tomorrow. I'm gonna actually move the Hellcat out of here in a second, just so we don't get any of the red paint on it. And hopefully you guys remember from the headlight video, the red tint coat on our Tahoe is like 3-stage paint. So base, mid, and clear. We're gonna shoot all 3, get these painted up, and it's kind of our test run of, we got to do the whole lift kit. I'm gonna build some racks and shelves in here, get some wood and stuff at Home Depot, get some hooks, get everything hung up so I can shoot all of our suspension components. Like I said, this is just kind of temporary, nothing fancy. You can do it too. Just being real with y'all. This is how you get it done sometimes when, you know, this is what you have to work with. So I'm gonna wax and grease remove it and throw base coat 1 in the gun. Let's get to painting our Tahoe lift kit. First of all, I am thoroughly just, this was the best move I've ever made. I literally, the fact that I don't have to sit there and wait on somebody to powder coat it or wait on somebody to get a bigger oven available for me to use. First of all, complete and utter match to the factory paint. That's exactly what I was going for in the first place. So Illusion Cherry was the closest that we could get. We have this opportunity to match it perfectly, and I am so thrilled. Coverage is awesome. It looks great. It's gonna match the paint. The whole lift kit. This is amazing. Face. I am absolutely thrilled with how this came out. Let me turn this fan off so we can get more, or well, you guys can hear me. Absolutely thrilled. To be honest, this almost looks better than the powder coating we'd come up with, because look at this. It will match our paint perfectly. Like things like this, that's not a run. That's just kind of how the weld was. There's some slag here. Other than that, everything on here, the clear laid super flat and no dirt, no nothing. Almost looks better than powder coating, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know. So super thankful we went this route, actually. Everything just looks so good, and it's gonna look amazing on the rest of the lift. Now, like I said, these are just the upper control arms. We have the struts inside. I gotta figure out what to do with the struts, because as you guys see, they were silver and black. I'm not entirely sure yet, so either the spring's gonna be red and the strut's gonna be black, or we just leave the spring black and make the strut red. Not sure yet. I'm thinking in my head, but these look good. They're just, like I said, I'm thrilled with how these came out. I'm telling you guys, you are not ready for what you're about to see on this channel. In all honesty, straight up, it's about to get nuts here very, very quick. With everything being so last minute, this is kind of my only option left, and I am so happy it's finally here, guys. It's finally here. The Tahoe is going to be lifted very, very soon. So guys, with that being said, and now that it's nighttime, with everything you guys just comprehended what is about to happen, you guys are gonna get a lot of content in a short amount of time here. So honestly, that's gonna do it for today's video. I'd love to get these paint bubbles sanded out and body filled or what have you, and put our new paint out over that. We might be starting to tear that thing apart because I got a lot of factory parts I want to paint on that Tahoe, from the lower control arms to the sway bar in the rear, possibly the diff cover. I don't know yet. We just got a lot of stuff to do upcoming here. I apologize if this video is short or not as involved as you guys want, but let me tell you, I'm gonna be exhausted for Thursday's video. Just at a loss for words right now, because I never thought that this would come together like this. But you know what? The fact that everything played out here at the last moment, I actually was gonna ditch the Tahoe at Daytona idea, but you know what? Because it's all coming together, it's all perfect timing. That means it's a sign. That means that Tahoe needs to be on the beach. So guys, if you enjoyed this video or you're excited for me to get that thing lifted very shortly, shoot this video a thumbs up. If you haven't been here before, please get down and click subscribe. Take care, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.